My guest today is Cika. He is a digital entrepreneur, founder of Wealth Mastermind, Forex trader, and a motivational speaker. Today's topic is how to start an online business in the digital age. Welcome to the show, Yao, and tell us about yourself.
Thanks so much, Vivianne. Amazing. I'm I feel super chuffed right now to be on your platform today and to be sharing this great information. A little bit about myself. So my name is Cika. I'm an entrepreneur in London. I'm also a motivational speaker. I'm also a lifestyle coach. Personally, I'm an immigrant from West Africa, Ghana. I've been in England for a while, and I think everybody actually from Africa want to get to overseas, so they get to the West. You want to come get a bit of some good education, see how they can really better their life. But I mean, for me personally, my story is a bit different. When I came over to England, after all my education, I found it very difficult to find a job. So I found myself doing a whole lot of stuff, being a car wash, working in a warehouse, doing all sorts of things. But today, as I speak to you, I've been able to grow an organization of people who are actually learning how to trade the foreign exchange market and how they can start making money from your cell phone, from your laptop, all the way from the comfort of your home. So I'm very, very excited to be sharing this with you today.
Thank you for coming on. So how did you get into Forex trading?
Right. So I got into Forex trading. When you find yourself in a moment where you know that you deserve more than what you get out of life, right? And you want to actually get into something different. First of all, there are three things that I actually needed for myself. I wanted to have access to time, access to freedom, and access to cash flow, right? Which is very important in everything that we do. So I remember on my last job, a guy just walked to me and said, "You know what? I think you need to start looking into some online opportunities and see how you can start, doing something for yourself." And that really got me into having looking into a lot of information online. And I think what really caught my attention was the fact that I'm very much particular about having access to time, freedom, and money, and be able to make money at my own time without allowing someone to really tell me how much they're going to pay me or what time to get to work and what time to finish work, right? So that really got me into, okay, you know what? I think there are so many things I can do, but I think I really like to, have a bit of information about how Forex works. How do people make money in the financial market? And I was very intrigued about learning about the financial market. Because the truth is, let me tell you what, when I was in school, I wasn't too good at maths. So I wanted to learn something about numbers. And if I could really learn about numbers and also help me make some money, then that would be amazing. And that got me into looking into forex trading. Yeah.
Okay, so how what's the difference between Forex and the stock market?
Oh, that's a very good question. I think a lot of people really get confused when it comes to what Forex is and what stock market is. I think the stock market is where you actually put investment into companies. So look at it this way. Let's say we got Amazon. You think Amazon is actually performing, you're doing very well. The market cap or the revenue is over the roof. You're making quite a lot of money. And you want to put money to invest into Amazon. You want to buy certain shares from Amazon. So what you're doing in the stock market is you're actually buying shares or you're investing into companies, right? And as compared to the foreign exchange market or the Forex market, what you're doing is you're actually trading currencies. And the Forex market has got about 6.6 trillion. It's a 6.6 trillion market every day. And the other difference is with the Forex market, you're able to create cash flow consistently on a daily basis. You can trade every day and be having access to what cash flow. Whereas the stock market, a lot of people look at long-term investment. I want to invest that for maybe the next 5 years. I want to invest for the next 10 years. I want to invest for the next 2 years and to get some the interest or dividends from your shares that you have in the company. So that's the only difference. But I mean, in terms of investments wise, I think they're both very good platforms. But what you want as a goal, what is your goal in terms of investing, then you know where it is you want to put your money.
Mm-hmm. So, do you require any huge sum to start trading in the Forex exchange?
Right, come to talk about that. I think about maybe about 20 years down the line,
Mm-hmm.
you actually need quite a lot of money to really start trading in the forex market. Like
Mm-hmm.
you're looking about over $100,000 before you can actually go into this sort of market. But
Mm-hmm.
now the digital age has made it very, very easier, and also
Mm-hmm.
because there are so many platforms and so many softwares and applications in the market and the internet. The internet has been a blessing that anybody can actually start trading in the foreign exchange market.
Mm-hmm.
So you don't need a certain amount to really start
Yeah.
trading. You can start trading. The thing is, a lot of people have a kind of misconception about getting into the forex market, right? People are thinking, oh, you know, maybe $10,000, £10,000 to really start trading in the foreign exchange market. But that's all lies, right?
Mm-hmm.
You can trade with as little as $10, right? You can trade with a minimum of $5. I mean, there are people in our community who are actually trading with as little as 10 cents. They're able to flip 10 cents into $200 or into 200,
Wow.
right? Which is possible.
Mm.
Yeah.
Mm. Do you need any kind of knowledge in business or finance to start learning Forex trading?
I mean, anybody that knows me in school that I'm not too good with numbers, right? So if I'm able to do this, then that means anybody can do it. You don't need to have any financial management background, any kind of business background. You don't need to be an IT expert, right? I'm actually saying this because let me tell you what, we have people from all walks of life. We have people who are into we have handymen, like builders, electrician. We have nurses. We have school teachers. We have doctors. We have school dropouts. We have all kinds of people who are actually learning how to trade. One thing you understand about trading is it's nothing really extra technical, right? Trading, my mentor always said to me, trading is about 90% mindset and 10% technical.
Okay.
Right? So there is nothing like, you don't need any kind of educational qualification, any kind of degree to really start learning how to trade in the largest financial market. It's just a skill. Let me just put it this way: anybody who's never been in school can learn how to drive, right? Anybody can learn how to drive. So basically, it's a skill, and the moment you are able to acquire the skill, and you learn the skill, and you acquire the skill, you can implement that skill every day of your life.
Okay.
Yeah.
And also, how can this skill impact someone's life looking at the current state of our economy with thousands of people losing their jobs?
I think that's a very good question. It's just unfortunate that we live in a world right now that there is so much uncertainties. I mean, there is so many people as I speak to you right now who are jobless, right? A lot of companies gone down, which is no fault of theirs as employees, right? But where we find ourselves is time for us to wake up. I mean, if I'm actually speaking to anyone on this call, maybe this message actually goes to you. This is the time for us to wake up and also understand that we cannot just depend on the job that we do every day, and that's the truth.
Yeah.
Right? So we are in an era right now that you can start learning the skill, right? This is a skill that you can be doing this whilst you're at home, in your bedroom, in the kitchen, whilst you're spending time with the kids in the couch, right? When you're going on to the supermarket, you can do this. As I speak to you right now, I'm actually trading, but I'm actually here using the same time I'm having a conversation with you. My phone is working for me whilst I'm talking to you. So this is the power of the cell phone and what we have right now. So what I would say to anybody who's actually listening to this podcast and this live right now, if you think you want to start a business online, if you think you want to start learning how to trade in the financial market, this is the best time, because it doesn't look like things are going to change now. I mean, this looks like a new norm that we actually facing a whole lot of economic crisis right now, and you don't know what can happen to your job in the next month, the next day. So I mean, for learning the skill, I call it a life skill, right? It is a life skill, and when you learn it, it doesn't matter rain or shine, whatever happens. I mean, the rainy days, whatever days, you are in a good place. And the most powerful thing that I want people to understand, if you're listening or you're on this live right now, that when you have a skill is something that can always be transferred, right? You can teach your kids. You can teach your kids how to do this. If you know how to drive, you can show your kids how to drive. Anything that's a skill. If you know how to cook, if you're a good cook, your mom, your dad, and you're a good cook, you can definitely show your kids how to cook.
Yeah.
If you know how to do some gardening, you can take your kids to the garden and show them, oh, this is how you prune the flowers. This is how you tidy up the garden. This is how you do it. And it's a skill that they can develop. And once you set up your kids with a skill like this, I call it you can create generational wealth from market.
Yeah, that was our topic last week. How to create generational wealth. So
amazing.
Yeah, that's interesting. How can an ordinary person with interest in learning these skills start creating extra income in this market?
First of all, I always say this: before you invest into anything, right? You don't just get up to invest. So one thing you need to consider as well, you need to have the education, right? I'm not seeing anybody walk into the bank or into any kind of this is the largest financial market. If you understand, the largest financial market in the world. So you can't just walk in trading without having any knowledge. Or one thing I learned from a mentor is you don't have to. You should not invest into anything you have no knowledge about.
Yeah.
Not invest into anything you have no knowledge about. So the first thing you want to do is to get the knowledge, right? To get the knowledge. There are tons of information online and stuff like that. But also there are schools over here in London and some part of the world that you can actually start learning how to trade in the largest financial market from.
Yeah.
And anybody can do this. It doesn't matter your background, your race, your gender, your age. I mean, we got 13 years. We're making millions in the financial market at the age of 32. Think about it. So if you go into about 50 plus, let me tell you what, it's not too late. The only good thing is you are now aware of this information. So what's going to be your pension plan? What is going to be your retirement plan when you are on retirement? How are you going to start making money when you're retired? So you think about it that you are in a very good position right now where you can start learning this skill. And as I said, it doesn't matter who you are, where you are, your color, your race and gender. I mean, you can start learning.
Yeah. So, who can trade on the forex market?
I think anybody. Yeah. As I did mention, anybody. You can be a little child. As far as your kid is interested in learning the skill, you can start showing them. One of my friends, I was having a conversation with him the other day, and he did mention, my girlfriend actually started learning how to trade when she was 12.
Wow.
Said, are you serious? I said, oh yeah. And now she's teaching me how to trade. So at the age of 12, whether the dad or the uncle or whoever, and that's what I said about skill, you can pass it on, right?
Yeah.
So we started teaching her how to trade, and now she is a full-time professional forex trader. And the beautiful thing is, you don't need to learn this in school. You don't need to be in a degree or have a master's degree to learn how to trade, because it's not even taught in school. That's what we need to understand, ladies and gentlemen.
Yeah.
This is not taught in a school. How to multiply your income, the money you earn from your job, how to multiply that money is not taught in any school. So we you can earn the money, but what we do is we earn the money, we spend the money, and we save the money. But no one teaches you how to multiply that money, how to increase, how to grow that money. Nobody teaches you. So this is where it is really crucial. It is very important that money is something that needs to grow. Money doesn't have to be in one place. That is why it takes place. It moves around. And I'll give you an example. When you go to the banks, the money in the bank don't stay in the bank for the next 20 years. They circulate money through the circulation. That is where we get the money to move to different places, to different businesses, and it goes there. What does it do? It goes there to increase. So when you have money and you get your money stuck in the bank account, you're not doing yourself any favor.
Yeah. Can I just say thank you, Suleiman, for joining, Sister Patricia for joining, Adams Tony for joining. Who else is joining? Anyone else that's joining? Thank you for joining. Also, what can you say about people who are skeptical about this trading? What would you say to them?
Let me just. I just want to give a very quick example. I know. Everyone on this call right now definitely know about Bitcoin, right?
Yeah.
When Bitcoin actually, emerged in the market, it was about 10 cents, right? 2009, 2010. Anybody who probably invested into Bitcoin, it was really, really cheap. I mean, if you had $100 or £100 and invested it into Bitcoin, today's price, based on today's price, you probably be over 50 million worth. You are over 50 million worth. But let me tell you something. What happened? A lot of people were too skeptical. A lot of people, listen, today's age, where we are right now, you don't play with information. Information is the next gold. Information is that valuable that if you're very skeptical and you get access to information and you just think everything you hear is like, oh yeah, that's a scam. That's what it said. That Bitcoin was a scam. Let me tell you what. Now Uber is accepting Bitcoin for payments. When you get in the Uber, they are now accepting Bitcoin. Uber CEO is accepting Bitcoin as a medium, as a form of payment. But do you know how many times the media have written about Bitcoin that, oh no, it's not acceptable. Don't invest into Bitcoin. Don't do that. Don't do that. Elon Musk invested over $1 million in Bitcoin. All right, hold it right there. Are you telling me these people investing into all these currencies, the people who are actually controlling the affairs in the world, right? They hold the big bucks. They hold the money in the world, and they are investing into Bitcoin. Someone like Richard Branson bought an aircraft through what? Through cryptocurrencies. So if you are skeptical, the only thing that's going to happen is you're going to be missing out a lot of information and opportunities. And this is not a time to be skeptical, right? We know that we need to, that's why we have the internet. You need to do a lot of research. There are people who, right, as I speak to you right now, there are people who got information on the internet as Bitcoin as a scam. So if you're not careful and you're not really filtering the information very well to know which is good and what to really go for, you would be listening to a whole lot of information and be missing on so many opportunities. I mean, if you say forex trading or people trading online on the forex market is a scam, what I do is when I hear someone say that, I just smile, because that is putting food on my table, right? That's paying my bills, right? The forex market is paying my bills, is putting food on my table, is looking after my family, my kids, right? So if someone says, oh yeah, that's one of those scams, I just smile. And I only say that, I think you're really missing out, right? You're missing out. But it is information. I mean, I was once like that sort of person that is very skeptical to any information. And that
what shifted your mindset from being skeptical to now actually living it?
I think to grow in life, for you to grow, you need to be open-minded. I mean, to grow in every aspect of your life. Whether finances, whether relationship, whether spiritual, you need to have an open mindset for you to grow. If you're not open, if your mindset, if you don't have an open mindset, you're gonna be stagnant. You're gonna be the same place where you are. And I tell you what, God did not bring us here for us to be at the same place. That's what you need to understand. God brought you here into existence, into this earth, for you to expand, for you to grow, for you to elevate. And if that's not happening, that means there is something wrong with you. Every aspect of your life, right? Whether your finances needs to grow. If your finances is not increasing, there is something wrong. You're not doing something right. Spiritually, if you're not expanding, if you're not growing, there is something wrong. Something is not right. Relationship, right? There are people that are too negative. They're even scared of building relationship with other people. Let's say, for instance, I'm just trying to shift this conversation a little bit. If you can with me, let's say, for instance, you own a business. You're not open-minded person, and because you're not open-minded person, you don't even trust people. right? Because you got your own kind of reservation about people, so you don't trust people. Listen, for your business to grow, you need to build a relationship. And because you don't trust people, now you're not going to allow people who are going to help your business move from where it is to the next level come into your space. So your business is still going to be what it is for the next 10, 20 years. It's still going to be the same person. So having an open mindset creates opportunities. It opens a lot of doors for you. And that's what I did. From being a very skeptical person, from being a very, very negative person, into being someone who is very open-minded, looking for opportunities, open my heart, my mind, and my soul to receive. If you are in that position, then obviously there's so many things that can start moving right direction, and you're going to be aligned with whatever it is that you want to achieve.
Can I read some of the comments? Thank you, therapist Richard Sanders, for joining. Suleiman said, scared money don't make money. The money will lose purchasing power anyway. You should be scared of that. Yeah, so that's what Suleiman said. I forgot. So the pivotal point. So you talked about you had an open mindset. So what was that pivotal moment where you said, okay, this is going to be for me?
I think I think there's a point that actually hit rock bottom, right?
Okay.
And that was when I lost my job. I lost my job. I mean, I got homeless. I need to just stay with a friend for some time, and it was a whole lot happening that time in my life, right? And when my friend leaves to work, and I pull out the laptop and I go online, the only thing that I'm actually looking is, how can I make money? How can I better myself? How can I start something different? Right? And I started listening to a lot of motivational videos. I started listening to a lot of people. And at that time in my life, I was just right there. That I was just crushed. And at that moment, I think there were so many things that was actually happening to me physically, spiritually, emotionally. And I think that was the moment I started getting that kind of wake up call. That was the moment I started actually getting that kind of upliftment, right? Through what I was going through, I was able to come out of that through building that kind of a spiritual and also my physical strength right from within. And once I got to that point, and also, I mean, it was just by God's grace, I got to that point. That was when I realized that, you know what, there are so many things that is happening around me that I've never, ever, ever put my mind towards it, right? So now this is a time for me to start digging in, for me to start, okay, this is going to work. I need to sample everything. And at that moment, once I found myself at that point, I knew that was going to be a game changer for me. It was going to be a game changer. Yeah, and suddenly everything started falling into place. Everything started aligning. I got into a job again. I started looking at different ways that I can start making money. Eventually, someone came to my workplace and said to me, "You know what? I think there is something you can do online. Why don't you start looking online into different stuff you can do?" And everything started making sense from where I was coming from and from the whole story. Now everything started making sense. Why is this guy telling me to start looking online? So then I started looking more into online. Then, as I said, my story, I came into Forex. I came across Forex Trading, and also got a mentor who actually exposed me to an academy that helped me to learn about the Forex Trading. And now I'm a full-time trader.
Okay, so how much did you spend with the with your coach mentoring and stuff like that? And you also have something where you mentor people to trade. So how much does it cost with you, or do they private message you to get the cost? Tell me more about it.
That's a very good question. I mean, when I started, first of all, when I want to learn how to trade, I actually started looking into other platforms over here in London. And the first platform I came across, it was about £2,000 to learn how to trade Forex in a week, right? 5 days, direct coaching and mentorship, £2,000. And the thing is, I actually made that sacrifice because I knew people were actually, creating lucrative income, right, from this part. So I have to save up, and I actually did that. For 1 week, the truth is, I didn't get everything. Because I want everyone listening to me right now to understand, right? the Forex market is not like a 1 week course. It's something that you need, like a mentorship, and the coach is going to be a gradual process. But the thing is, when you have a really good coach, the coach is going to help you to create the income, to start making money. Will physically help you to actually start making that money whilst you're learning. So you're doing both at the same time, right? So until I got exposed, my mentor actually got me exposed to an academy that really changed the whole game. And it didn't cost me much. It didn't cost me much, about $235 US. That's about 170 pounds.
Okay.
For me to get entry into this academy and start learning.
Okay.
I was doing it. I was learning at the same time. I was doing my job.
Okay.
I was doing my job and I was still learning. So what I do is, my mentor said to me, you know what? You need to tell your boss, you need some overtime, right? Get some overtime. Work extra hard. So you can get extra money to what? To pay for your education. Because it's very important that you want to be in a position where you can go to your boss and tell your boss, you know what, thank you for giving me this opportunity, and I don't need a job again, so maybe you can start looking to hire someone else.
Wow.
And when he told me, you give me that advice, I was doing exactly that. He said, is there any hours you want me to do? Is there any extra hours? Do you need me extra today? Then I'll do it. Because what am I doing? I'm actually putting that money aside that I can be investing that money into myself. You see, investing into yourself is a one powerful thing that we need to understand.
Yeah.
Right? Investing into yourself. Right? So once I did that, now I have the ability, I have the capability to also support and help other people who really want to start trading in the Forex market. And that really brought the whole success. I'm still work in progress. I'm learning every day, even though I'm able to support a lot of people with what I've already learned. But I always learn. As a trader, you always learn different stuff from the market.
So how can people get into your program to learn how to trade?
Right. So if you want to get connected to me, you can actually connect me on Instagram, Wealth Mastermind. So wealth_wealth mastermind, wealth_mastermind. The same on Facebook. If you want to connect to me directly on Facebook as well, the name on Facebook is Yao Cika, so YAWCIKA, Yao Cika. And also our website is www.wealthmastermind.info. www.wealthmastermind.info. So connect with me, Yao Cika, on Facebook, on Instagram, wealth_mastermind, and definitely we can connect.
Okay. And we've got Sister Patricia. She's one of your mentees, isn't it? Like you're mentoring her. So shout out to you. And shout out to everyone that is on Facebook right now, because we couldn't connect to Instagram for some reason, but I'm glad you all shifted back on Facebook, and thank you all for joining. This is Vivianne's podcast, and my guest today has been Yao Cika. Thank you for coming on and sharing with us your knowledge and expertise. And so I hope you've taken something out of this, and please share the video so people can learn, especially now in this age where a lot of people have lost their job. We can find other ways of making income in our own home as well. You can just in the comfort of your own home. So say thank you everyone for watching, and we'll see you next week, same time. Goodbye everyone.
Amazing. If you do want to actually get the my details, my Facebook ID, I think Vivianne would leave it on the live as well. I'll leave it in the comment section. So if you want to connect to me, definitely she'll put it there and you can connect straight away to me. So thank you everyone and also thank you so much, Vivianne, for having me on the show. Really appreciate it. Definitely, there are so many things that I think we can be doing together with some points.
Yes.
This platform with the audience again. So you have.
Oh yes, that reminds me. We are planning to do in case you have a business and now you have to show your face, do Facebook lives and things like that, and people are petrified with the thought of even going live. So I'm gonna be doing a masterclass. Yao Cika is gonna join me as well, and we're gonna be doing a masterclass to help you, to give you the confidence to go live, because it's not easy for everyone. So, and also he would also talk more about his trading. So we'll be doing a masterclass on that. So watch out for that, and we're working on that. So if you like to be part of that as well, or you know anyone who's struggling to go live with their business, let them contact me, and then we'll Yeah, we'll bring the whole masterclass together and they can join. Thank you so much, Yao.
Thank you so much, and God bless.
Thank you. Bye.